Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Banished. Today, I am joined by a kind of special guest, but not really. Anyway,
Well, I would like to think I'm special,
yeah, but you're a part of the channel, so you're not exactly a guest. So,
but I'm a guest on your game.
yes, it's
As
Malephus.
I talk with my hands that nobody can see.
Exactly. So Malephus is joining me. No, I'm Synthrasi. Anyway, so here we are. We're in Banished. Yes. So this is out a little late, but it is coming out. So I'll show you our little village. We have our two fishing shacks. We have our woodcutter, a blacksmith, a school, a bunch of stone houses, a little church, a market, which covers all of the houses. The markets make it more fair. I found out that if you don't have a market, the residents will go and take everything they need from the storage barn. And
Oh, so it's a
hoard
free-for-all.
it. And yeah, and hoard it. The market makes it so that doesn't happen. How many people we have? 4 laborers. I can't exactly remember what I was doing.
Welcome to my world.
So we got plenty of stored food we need. I'm gonna actually up the firewood. Logs. Let's go ahead and up the log limit to like 1,000 or whatnot.
So, what did you do to get banished?
This I have there. Actually, I don't know.
Just make something up. What did you do to get banished?
Religious freedom. There we go.
Well, I guess that'll work.
I mean, we're this is not modern at all.
It's more Protestant times, yeah.
Oh, that's the blacksmith.
No, not Protestant.
And
it's more
that's our tailor.
kind of like Salem times.
Yes. Could be horrendous. Horrendous things. Got one of those there. Stand it here. Kind of want to remove this one. And then make it
What is that?
bigger. It's a stockpile. It's where stone, iron, and logs and firewood are stored. Like, here's firewood.
Oh, yeah, that's smart. Store your iron outside in the rain.
It's not refined.
Oh. Well, it could still rust.
I mean, if you do look at it, it looks like iron bars, but it really is just iron ore.
Okay.
Yep. So that's fine. You got plenty of space for these forestry. I think I needed another forestry. Oop. Have another storage barn going down here. Oh yes. Here's the fun part. Managing our citizens. See, at 10 years old, males and females can marry and move into their own house. So there's one male that needs a house. Two males.
So they're 10 years old.
There's a female.
And they're living and productive members of society on their own.
Yes. Another male.
I understand
Another
that
male.
it's a different time
Another male.
and that we
Another male.
treat our children,
Female.
we baby our children far longer, but that's excessive still.
Oh, then here's a weird one. See how this is a Emaliseta is 23 and has a 2-year-old. She used to live with this guy, Ambrosendo. They were together, and then I built this house, and he moved out and took one of their children with him. So, our first divorce.
Are you sure it was even a divorce and not just we just need to see other people?
I'm pretty sure. Oh, I'm already building one there. Alright. I'm gonna let this play on so we can get our stuff. I'm thinking that we're gonna build another little harvesting area in here. So how do we do that? We'll show you. So we need a... Not a woodcutter. What am I...
Now the seasons
forest.
move crazy fast in this game, don't they?
Sort of. Ooh. That was it. I'm glad I muted that. That was quite the sneeze. Alright, so we don't need another herbalist hut because herbs are only used for medicines. So they, yeah.
I notice you're using the British pronunciation now.
What?
Herbs.
Whatever.
Apparently we watched too many British shows.
Oh, food, that's what I was looking for. So we need another hunting cabin. Which I'll put right there. And a gatera. There we go. See? Little trifecta. And although we do have the stone, it is quite expensive to actually... Oh, they want to come in through that way? I'm fine with that. Where'd that go? Oh, to there? Ugh. Remove that road. So they'll come out and they'll start building out here, which means I probably want to start putting more houses out this way. So they're closer to their work.
Well, you know, everybody wants to live next to where they work.
But it has to be within the boundaries of this yellow line.
Why is that?
Otherwise, they tend to start, basically hoarding. Because everybody who lives within that circle goes to this market to get all their supplies and whatnot.
And if it's outside the circle, they're not going to go to the market, and the crap's not going to get there for other people to use.
Yes. Alright, we need foresters. Forester. We need at least 2 more. I would like to fill this up, but we also need to watch out for our laborer count. And here we go. We're just gonna go like this, and we're gonna collect all of this iron. All of it.
Looks like boulders to me.
And then we're also gonna collect the boulders. Oh wait, this is the iron. The other one was boulders. The reason we want to do that is simply because wherever there is iron or boulders, trees and food cannot grow. So you remove them all, and they become a resource that you need anyway. So, there you go. And, yeah. Alright, my hunters.
So the trees can grow just fine. But because, well, I can see their boulders preventing farming, but iron is below ground. You should be able to farm above it.
Not... I mean, iron is above and below ground. Technically, in reality. Which is why we have the mine, so we can get coal and iron. And we also have a quarry. But we want to try to stay off of using these. Because people die in them pretty readily.
Well, yeah.
And
especially if they're 10 years old and working.
Yes, and each one is about 15 laborers. Takes 15 people each.
So you need a bigger community even for this.
Where are you, gatherers? There we go.
You don't got any beer makers yet?
No. That takes farming, which we do not have.
I would have figured somebody would have figured out how to brew beer out of rocks or something by now.
Well, you know.
I mean, in that kind of an era, life was hard enough. They needed something to dull the pain.
Well. Eh. Good thing I turned on our recording sign. Someone's just come home. Alright, are they full? Yes! And educated workers harvest more wood from a tree, and more stone from stone, and more iron from iron. And are generally just better at their jobs, and don't... I think they also don't break their tools as often, which is a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Yes. Thank you, Martha. Don't have to worry about that. They'll clear out all of this, and we got a nice little growing area. We can expand that this way. This is a management game in the utmost degree. So we just gotta watch out for children who need their own housing. But we also have to watch our stone and our iron limits. Should we put another house out here? Yes. And people can freeze to death in this.
Oh, I remember you mentioning that
Yeah.
on one of your other playthroughs in the past.
Very sad.
I think you had an entire community basically freeze to death.
Yes,
Once.
I have had that happen. I have had that happen. It's not very good. Should we put with maybe over here? A woodcutter?
Is that close enough to the trees?
Oh, it doesn't matter. The woodcutter. Okay, so the lumberjacks here, or lumberjanes, if you will, lumber people. That doesn't sound right. Anyway, the lumber workers collect the trees and replant them. They bring all of that to this stockpile. Then the woodcutter takes the wood from this stockpile and cuts it and puts the chopped wood back in.
And then how does it get to the store or vendor area?
The vendors go and collect it, which probably need at least 2 now. And now that I've thought about it, probably do need their own little stockpile, because, yeah. Just go and do like that. Because the faster, like, if they are walking to this stockpile to drop things off, it slows down their work, and they don't get as much. So you kind of want their stockpile to drop off, be close. And it would probably be good to have a barn right next to it, because meat, leather, and all these little herbs that anyway, these gathered food sources go into one of these storage barns. So I probably shouldn't have built that there, but it's alright. I can build one over here. And it doesn't eat up too much of the hunters. Okay. Alright, so we got all the people there. There. Did I just build this?
Yes, you did.
Alright. It would kind of looks like we had somebody die. He lost their husband. Sad day. 2 graves.
Well, at least
So-
you're only up to 2.
So here's something fun also, is when finally this house is empty when Heathy dies, someone else, a male and a female, will move in and take it over.
At least they're not having to pay $300,000+ for it.
I like to pretend like they don't pay anything and that we're working off of a economy of your labor instead of actual currency. Since there isn't a currency involved when you're building stuff. Except for the materials. It's kind of... I kind of like think it's like Ubuntu. I said it right this time.
Yes, you did.
But there is a mod that I do use that adds in currency. It's interesting. It's interesting. We'll just put it that way. All right, another house, shall we? Like 4, 8, 12. That's 2, 4, 6. So we do need some more houses. Where is my cutoff? Right at the back of this house.
That's gonna have like half that house outside the line, right there.
It doesn't really matter. Maybe this side of the road?
There you go. That's well inside the line.
Yeah, we'll build another house. We also don't want to build too many houses because then our population explodes and then we can't feed or clothe.
And then they starve.
Yes. What are we out of? Oh, that's just stored coal. No problem. Let's see. We need 2 more hunters. 2 more gatherers. And how is this doing? 383 fish. Might want to have another fishery. Where to put it? Actually, so that circle is where they gather fish. So the more water in the circle, I think, the more fish they can gather.
Yeah.
I might have to have it over here.
No, I think where you are, you still have... It's a little bit wider there, at least.
I don't want these to overlap, though, so I couldn't. I could put one right here, but they would overlap, and I don't think it works.
Somebody ends up getting shafted.
A little bit. A little bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you betcha. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Got some older people in our village. It looks like we are ready for another house. And it's being built. It's kind of just a waiting game, really. And we're at max speed. So there's not much we can do. Except for twiddle our thumbs, apparently.
That's what happens when I'm just sitting and watching things.
Alright, you can go up to... I want all the wood. 2,000. And we're going to set our firewood limit to 1,000. That's good. Food limit's at 5,000, which we are actually going down, so I'm glad I added these in. Now, ultimately, it would be better to remove all the iron and stone and then have a hunter's lodge, an herbalist, and a gatherer's hut without the logging.
Mm-hmm.
Because the logging kind of, from what I understand, it kind of reduces the amount of food and herbs they can gather.
Well, that's because they're destroying areas with falling and dragging trees.
Well, also, the hunting cabin and the gatherer's hut mostly work off of older growth. So if I wanted to, I could turn these people from cutting to just replanting.
Mm-hmm.
Which would reduce the amount of... In fact, I'm going to try that. No, we want to plant. It'll reduce the amount of wood we get, but it will mean we get more food. And right now we could use a little bit more food sources. Always gotta watch out.
Are you sure he won't be overlapping?
Oh, we can go like this. We go like this. So we can see the two areas.
Not a lot of overlap. Still some.
I think it'll be fine. I just want to watch this. Yep, this is the game. It's banished. You're just hoping not to have your civilization die off. Yep. And with this food shortage, even though it's 2,700, that can go instantly over 1 year. It can just be gone. So,
Porkies.
oh, little Haywoody has become an adult and is working as a laborer. And so is Abigaila. Interesting name. Alright, Fisherman. I'll just go Max Fisherman.
Yeah, at least you don't have to name them yourself.
That would be terrible. Can I can't even click on them. Oh, I can click on them. I can even follow. Here, let's follow her.
I love watching her walk.
Oh, they're cutting across here because it's shorter. Might have to build some houses in the way so it doesn't stay as short. Anyway. Oh, exit follow mode. So she is okay in health. She's 29. She's a laborer. She is educated. Her clothing is alright. And her tool is iron. We can make steel tools, but that requires the mine.
Which requires more death.
It takes coal, yeah. So I'm going to chill out on building any more houses for the moment. Mainly because waiting for them. These two people have to die of old age. These two people have to die of old age. These two... You can tell where my original village was, right here. Because they're all older. The older generation.
Oh, right. The people that in a normal civilization from real world probably would have died by now.
Maybe. Also, the years are different. How is it? So the people age faster than the years go by. So
That doesn't make any sense.
their age 10 is not actually 10 years for us playing the game.
Well, no, of course not. I'd never want to play a game for 10 years and just have one person become to age 10.
There's a mod that also does that, where 1 year equals 1 year for them. You have to be so much more careful. Because you can become overpopulated, like, I would snap right here, but I don't want to be too loud, but just like that. Bam. Overpopulated. Come on, I know you're holding on to life. And that is amazingly old for this. 77?
Mm-hmm.
Herbs? We like all the herbs, thank you. Let's see here. I haven't passed the new year yet. So if this number is way less than this number, for the following year, like these numbers, this number will go away and this current one will become the previous season.
Mm-hmm.
If this is less, it's not good. If
Well, that means
this
you're fishing everything out.
doesn't make up for it. You see what I mean?
No, I was talking.
Oh. Ah. There you have it. Tools?
Wow.
I don't want to increase that limit.
25 minutes and I haven't made a dad joke yet.
I'm not sure how you would make a dad joke.
Have you met me? I have made everything
No.
into a dad joke at some point.
We just live together. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, no, not at all. No. I think that it is safe for me to go ahead and build another house. Boop. There comes a point where it is safe to build one house a year. We are not near that point yet. Not yet.
How many years has this one been going?
13. Current season and number of years the town has existed.
Well, you got more houses than that, don't you? No, it's just more buildings.
Well, I had to start out with 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I had these 5 houses at first. Because there were 5 families. Except for I needed 6 and I couldn't build the 6th one fast enough and that family died off. Oh! A forester has died of old age and has been replaced by Calvis. No, Desta has replaced Calvis as a forester. Our logs look to be okay. Our foresters. So here's the thing I need to remember. If I tell them to just replant, this becomes an old growth eventually, which means we get more food. They, I believe, still do harvest the trees that are about to die.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears we can add more foresters. Any other food production? No. Nope. Vendors? I'm gonna get another couple of vendors. I am using a mod right now. I don't think I've mentioned it yet. That gives us slightly more resources per tree, iron and stone. Simply because if I didn't have that, this would take so much longer. so much longer. It would be horrible. Oh. Oh. Rosanalista has died. Was replaced by Zariana. Very nice. We'll have that, build that out there. And we're just gonna harvest all of these trees. Got a clear cut. Plus, we can also build another harvesting area over here to get some more food.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably what I'm gonna do. Just kind of come out here.
When are you going to be able to expand the yellow circle?
You can't.
Oh.
That is as big as the circle gets. So what I have to do is build another market if I want to have them to be more fair.
Oh, so the circle is based off the market, not just
Yes.
your zone.
Yes.
Okay.
I have this entire... See this little map here? I can fill in the entirety of this map with village.
Oh, I like that lake.
I hate lakes in this game.
You could build something on that central island.
I don't think they can actually get to it.
Not even with those little land bridges?
No, I think I would actually have to build a bridge out to it.
Oh.
And then because it's basically considered a mountain, you can't actually build there. Let's find out.
That's disappointing.
Cannot be placed at this. Yeah, you can't build there. It looks
Oh,
pretty,
that's-
but that's about it.
You could just build vacation homes on the outer edge of it.
Well, maybe. Could I put in a little wooden bridge?
Well, it'd make it easier because that is running flowing water in there.
It's just a little creek.
a little creek with crappy shoes to get soaked during the winter.
Mm-hmm. If you're even lucky to have shoes.
Or there'll be hobbits with souls tough as leather.
Hobbitses. Do I want this right up against? Do I want to leave a space? Space? No space.
I have a thing of not having any space between houses on anything. And it's like putting it right up against it's like there's no privacy whatsoever.
These houses are right up against each other.
Yeah, that's because you put them down before you ask my opinion.
Yeah. I'll put a house there. So we have, what? A hunter, a gatherer, a student. Forester, hunter, student. Gatherer, gatherer, student. Hunter, hunter. Forester, forester. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That will be number 12. So they will probably be laborers. But it'd be more likely that they'll become one of these 4 workers. There's a little bridge.
That's actually a really nice bridge. What was that flash?
I have no idea. Just a glitch. This is a much nicer bridge.
I could have sworn I almost heard like a clap of thunder too.
Nicer bridge. I do have... There is weather in this game. But I have the effects turned off because if I didn't, you couldn't see what I was doing. Almost at all.
Too much rain.
Rain, snow, lightning, sleet, whatever there is. Okay, I think it is time to do a little bit of a iron harvest and a stone harvest. There we go. I think I'm gonna build in this little cove here and then put a market maybe here and put housing around it. So that market, if it's here, will also feed all of this. Or I could put it right here because I don't want to go too far into this area. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Did you, speaking of markets, well, I think that we are past our time. So, I'd like to thank you all for watching. And if you liked it, please give us a like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you can be alerted to when these videos are posted. And as always, we hope to see you next time.
Bye-bye.